Now let's move on. Let's talk about Wendy Williams. How are you doing? So Wendy Williams is got some good news. So with all these well, some hopeful news, I should say. So, with her recently doing her interview circuit, where she went on The Breakfast Club, she called into Don Lemon show, she called into she sat and spoke with Harvey Levin over at TMZ. She went and spoke with Jason Lee on from Hollywood Unlocked. So she's been doing the circuit, via phone. Hopefully they didn't take a phone away, is what she was fearing. And she basically was just speaking to all of her media conglomerates, her peers, in regards of what was happening with her in this conservatorship. And so, from what I'm hearing, is that a lot of this talk has gotten some Congress people interested in her case. So, New York lawmaker Anthony Palumbo announced his initiative to reintroduce Carolyn's Law, and that's Carolyn with a K, a measure designed to reform the current guardianship laws in New York State regarding family visitation. Now, at the end of Palumbo's proposal is the belief that families should not be forcibly separated from their loved ones due to guardianship circumstances. Carolyn's law would allow family members to file a motion with the court seeking visitation rights. Once submitted, the guardian will have 10 days to demonstrate whether the visitor is displaying any inappropriate behavior. If the guardian fails to prove such claims, families would be granted the right to visit. This is crazy to me. Not what this person is proposing, not what Anthony is proposing, but how is it that family members do not have visitation rights to see a family member that is in a conservatorship, and they're being forcibly separated from their loved ones? So I don't know, how is this a thing? Like, I was not aware of this is what was going on in New York, and how it feels like that loophole has allowed people like a Sabrina Morrissey allegedly to abuse the system and abuse their power. So now Palumbo has long followed Williams's case and expressed deep concern over her current living situation, describing it as tragic that she is confined to her apartment and away from her loved ones. He believes it is critical for people like Williams, regardless of any cognitive decline they may be experiencing, to maintain familial connections during difficult times. The renewed attention surrounding Williams's case has prompted a wave of support from Palumbo's legislative efforts. Since he first introduced Carolyn's Law back in 2022, his office has reportedly received countless calls and emails from citizens expressing their concerns about Williams's guardianship ordeal. Palumbo recognizes the unfortunate truth that celebrity tragedies often serve as wake-up calls for legislative reform, sparking public interest where there might otherwise be none. And you want to know something? I'm actually glad that he acknowledged that, because that was going to be something I was going to bring up after I finished reading the article. But since you brought it up, I might as well just stop and then I'll continue. I was going to say that, like, sometimes it's so sad to me how it takes a celebrity going through something for our government officials, our Congress people, to wake up and want to push legislation. And so that's when people say, well, y'all need to keep celebrity out of politics. But it seems like that's the only time that y'all want to pay attention. I mean, y'all voted a second time, a reality damn TV star to be the president. So if y'all want to sit here and talk about keep celebrity and politics separate, those days is done. Because like I said before, it's like y'all only find relatability with celebrities or rich people, or because people that you invited into your homes, how many ever days a week that they on your TV screen, that you feel like you know these people. And for 13 years, Wendy Williams was in a lot of people, I won't say everybody's, but a lot of people's homes, spewing the celebrity news and gossip. So people find a relatability with her. So yeah, well, what she's dealing with on the surface is like, yeah, it's sad that it always takes a celebrity for legislation to get pushed in Congress. However, when this happens, it helps those other people who aren't as famous as Wendy Williams is to get the same treatment. And their families could be able to file, this whole, the whole Carolyn's Law situation, where they can go and file paperwork to get visitation. So the controversy surrounding Wendy Williams' guardianship began after Wells Fargo took significant action in early 2022 to freeze her bank account, successfully petitioning the court for temporarily financial guardianship because she was of unsound mind. Now, Williams has vehemently opposed this characterization and is actively fighting to regain control over her finances. While legal battles continue that on that front, the underlying issues raised by Williams' situation are far reaching. They touch on critical topics regarding the rights and autonomy of individuals who may be vulnerable and at risk of financial exploitation, particularly those facing health concerns. And they say that happens a lot when it comes to rich people that are in these situations, where it's like, yeah, now you're, because they got a lot of money. And for what I was hearing, that Wendy Williams post her talk show situation, she was worth $60 million, allegedly. So yeah, you get those people that see a gold mine and they take advantage of you. Now, as lawmakers like Colombo advocate for reforms, Wendy Williams' case may very well redefine how guardianship laws are handled in New York and possibly beyond. Now, in the wake of tragedy, it seems the voice of advocacy is growing louder, demanding that families not be sidelined or silenced in the realms of guardianship and visitation. The hope is that Carolyn's law will catalyze positive change, paving the way for families to retain their right to connection when it matters most. So we just got to keep fighting for Wendy. We just got to keep putting out there hashtag free Wendy, and and have her get under the care of people who care about her. Now, people can sit up here and say, well, a family going to take advantage, whatever, whatever. Well, look, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. The bridge that we need to cross is getting her out of this crazy conservatorship with these greedy people who don't give a damn about her, and where she's being kept in this prison. She's being kept away from her family. She doesn't have access to these people. And I feel like that, the older you get, the lonelier people start to feel. And she is in this place of she doesn't get to talk and connect with people, and she's experiencing loneliness. And that could even push her dementia, as they say, that she has even further. So she should be getting better, not worse. And you isolating her and keeping her away from the people that genuinely love and care about her only will make the situation worse. So I'll definitely keep you guys abreast of this story as it develops. But in the meantime, what do you guys think of this story in regards to Wendy Williams? And, a New York senator is looking into her case. So whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.